Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I'm going to present my group final year project report. The title of our study is Evaluating the Relative Efficiency of Bank in Malaysia, a hybrid Dea-Ar AHP approach. The code of study is P22S21 under the supervision of Professor Madia Dr. Azimah Abdul Aziz. Before that, let me introduce my group member. Myself, Amrul Hakim bin Hassan, alongside with my friend Noor Ayuni Muhammad and Noor Ainin Sofia Armansha. A bank is a financial institution that receives general deposit, produce demand deposit, and provided loan. There are four types of bank in Malaysia: commercial bank, Islamic bank, investment bank, and development financing institution, or short form for DFI. Thus, we wanted to find the efficiency of this bank using DEA. So, what is DEA? DEA stands for Data Development Analysis, which is a non-parametric method for calculating efficiency. DEA can highlight the poorly performance error that needed to be improved.
As we all know, DEA is applied in many articles to calculate the efficiency of companies. However, DEA has its problems. The first problem is poor discrimination power. Poor discrimination power occurs when there are many decision-making units that are efficient units. Efficiency in DEA occurs when the efficiency score obtained after carrying the project is equal to 1. The second problem is unrealistic weight or zero weight. It can be seen when there are variables weights that have zero values. When zero weights occur, respective input and output are dropped from the efficiency assessment. There will be no impact on the efficiency score even though the variables are important. There are three objectives of the study, which are to improve the discrimination power in data development analysis, second, to reduce zero weight in input and output factors by incorporating value judgment in the efficiency evaluation, and third, to apply the hybrid Dea-Ar AHP method to measure the efficiency of commercial banks in Malaysia.
The significance of the study. DA model is famous to measure the efficiency of many DMUs in every sector. However, DA model has two main problems that leads to inaccurate efficiency result. The problems are poor discrimination power and many zero weights. Hence, by using the proposed model that is Dea-Ar AHP, it will overcome the two problems and produce more accurate and realistic efficiency result. The benefits of the study. Bank management can effectively compare operational efficiency between banks. By using this proposed model, it will discover the most efficient bank in Malaysia. Besides that, inefficient bank can generate more information and strategies from the efficient bank in order to improve their system. Scope and limitation of the study. The aim of the study is to measure the efficiency of 20 commercial banks in Malaysia from 2016 to 2020. We use secondary data which obtained from Bursa Malaysia. The limitation of the study is the confidential of the data and data accuracy. Confidential data will hard to find, and the accuracy of the finding in the study will be based on the accuracy of the secondary data obtained from the website.
Data and development analysis is introduced by Abraham Charles, William Weger Cooper, and Eduardo Lawardes in 1978. DEA is defined as a non-parametric technique applied for measuring efficiency of same industries of comparable producing units based on inputs and outputs in relation to produced units. There are two types of DEA, which are Charles Cooper Rodas (CCR) and Banker Charles Cooper or BCC. And each model is divided into two types of oriented model, which are input-oriented model and output-oriented model. Input-oriented model minimizes inputs while fulfilling at least the selected output levels, while output model maximizes outputs without any observed input required. So the total of DA model is 4, which are CRS input, VRS input, CRS output, and VRS output.
Actual regions or AR often shows the value inside included as an additional upper and lower bound constrained on the variable's weight. AR also called as weight restriction as it is minimized the flexibility of the weight. This method is different to the model since the model has no weight restriction and it can be any value, and as a result it led to poor distinction power. Besides that, based on research paper of Angular Meza and Escalator Lin, AR also allows continuous ascending of weight until the aspect is satisfied with the reached efficiency weight. Since the scale measurement is sensitive, the bound values for AR are reliant on the weight of the variables.
Analytical Hierarchy Process, AHP. So, what is AHP? AHP is a tool to help the decision maker to choose the best possible solution. AHP also a useful method for dealing with complex drawback and a variety of characteristics in decision making. Other than that, AHP simplifies difficult problem by analyzing possibility choice in a hierarchical structure utilizing pairwise comparison. The figure show is the workflow of our study. There are 3 stages in our study. Stage number 1 is the DEA, stage number 2 is AHP method, and stage number 3 is the AR and the hybrid DEA-AR AHP method. In stage number 1, which is the DEA method, the first step is to select the DMU. The second step is to identify input and output, select the DEA model, obtain data, and normalize the data. The second stage is the AHP method. Thus, the first thing we need to do is to choose and make appointment with an expert. Then, rating the evaluation question by the expert, obtain judgment from the expert, calculate the indicator weight, and we're gonna do the consistency inspection. And if the consistency ratio is less than 0.1, then the evaluation of the expert is accepted. And if not, we need to go back to the expert, and the expert need to redo the evaluation until the CR is less than 0.1. Stage number 3, which is the AR and the hybrid DEA-AR AHP method. The first thing is to determine the bound in AR using the weight obtained in AHP. Then, after that, we're going to obtain the weight restriction in AR, and from that weight restriction, we're going to impose the weight restriction into the AR AHP. Then we're going to run the hybrid method, and finally we're gonna obtain the efficiency result of the hybrid DEA-AR AHP method. As we can see on the left side, it shows that the result for the basic DEA basic output or detection model. We can see that there are many zero weight occur and many DMU count as efficiency, which shows that many DMU have 100% efficiency. However, on the right side, it shows the proposed method, and we can see clearly there are a big changes, as there are no more zero weight occur and only a few DMU count as efficiency.
The table shows the weight distribution of input and output variables using basic DEA model and the hybrid DEA-AR AHP model for year 2017. On the left side shows the result using basic DEA model. We can see that there are many efficiency occurs using this model. There are many zero weight occurs, and there are 16 DMUs count as efficient units with 100% of efficiency. While on the right side shows the result using the hybrid DEA-AR AHP model. From the table, we can see that there are no more zero weight, and the number of efficient units have been reduced to 10 DMUs. The table shows the weight distribution of input and output variables using basic DEA model and the hybrid DEA-AR AHP model for year 2018. On the left side shows the result using basic DEA model. We can see that there are many efficiencies occur in this model. There are many zero weight occurs, and there are 50 DMUs count as efficient units with 100% of efficiency. While on the right side shows the result using the hybrid DEA-AR AHP model. From the table, we can see that there are no more zero weight, and the number of efficient units have been reduced to 8 DMUs.
The table shows the weight distribution of input and output variables using basic DEA model and hybrid DEA-AR AHP model for year 2019. On the left side shows the result using basic DEA model. We can see that there are many banks that are efficient. There are also many zero weights occurs, and 50 DMUs count as efficient units with 100% efficiency. While on the right side, display the result using the hybrid DEA-AR AHP model. From the table, we can see that the proposed model eliminated all zero weights. Efficient units also have been reduced to 9 DMUs. The table also exhibits the comparison of results by using the DEA model and DEA-AR AHP model for year 2020. On the left side indicates the result using basic DEA model. As we can see, there are many banks that are efficient. There are also many zero weight occurs, and 70 DMUs count as efficient units with 100% efficiency. While on the right side exhibits the result using the hybrid DEA-AR AHP model. The proposed model successfully eliminated all zero weights. Efficient units also have been reduced to 11 DMUs. There are 3 main research findings of the study. The first one is improved discussion power in DEA using DEA-AR AHP method. When applying DEA method, poor discussion power occurs. Interestingly, when applying hybrid DEA-AR AHP model, it improved the discussion power in DEA where a smaller number of DMUs are found efficient. Next is eliminate zero weight. There are many zero weights for the inputs and outputs of DMUs when using DEA model. It indicates that all the respective variables are dropped from the assessment. By using the proposed model, all the variables are taken into account, which leads to more realistic results. It shows that DEA-AR AHP model successfully reduced zero weights. The last one is empirical result of bank using DEA-AR AHP method. 7 banks were found efficient for both models used for all 5 consecutive years. There are United Overseas Bank Malaysia Berhad, CIMB Bank, India National Bank Malaysia Berhad, Citibank Berhad, Reserve Bank Malaysia Berhad, Mizuho Bank Malaysia Berhad, and Public Bank Berhad. Inefficient banks should learn the practice of the efficient banks to improve their efficiency.
This study shows that hybrid Dea-Ar AHP method is an improved method where it eliminated the zero weights. It shows that all inputs and outputs are considered in the evaluating efficiency departments since there are no zero weight debated. When expectation is taken into account, this method produces more realistic and practical results. For future research, we suggest taking a longer period than this research, which only use 5 years. Also, use more DMUs because with a larger population, there is a greater probability of capturing high performance units. Suggested method can be applied to other sectors and integrate with other methods such as DA fuzzy, DA topic, and DA topsis to measure the efficiency of the